To all the haters and naysayers out there who said we'd never make it to episode 49, well, we did it, baby. It's the depression episode.
Woo! The episode starts now.
Welcome to Good Vibes with Chris, Dean, TJ, and friends.
Fuck the naysayers, they don't mean a thing.
That's right.
On this week's episode, we have
On this week's episode, it starts out like every other episode. Talk about horrible boxing, talk about MMA, talk about basketball, and then shit gets weird. Two of us cry.
You cried too?
No, but I didn't want to single you out. It's a weird one. Enjoy.
3, 2, 1. On this week's episode, we have so much to talk about. It's going to be exciting. Some of the things we're talking about is Cruella, Sweet Tooth, and soundtracks. Not soundtracks.
Not soundtracks.
Film scores.
Film scores. That kind of changes it.
It does. It does change it. I think a lot of the reasons that I like certain songs is because of what movie they're in. That's just the way my brain works as far as music goes. I'm not into just sitting, chilling, listening to a whole album or anything. My musical frame of reference usually has to do with what the emotions or what I was feeling when I watched a movie. That's what it connects probably most to.
For sure. Also, some sports stuff. Obviously, sad news from the Mavs. We did not. We're not going to continue our playoff drive. And even more sad news. Jake Paul got more money.
Yeah, it's just whatever.
It is what it is.
I mean, yeah.
All right, so let's start the show. Spirit fingers. All right, since we did, it is a tough week for the team as a whole. Troy is only gonna be here for the front end. He's got to go to a funeral, and Jorge is not here because he had to do the same for one of his pets. And so it's just a kind of a sad, somber kind of a day. But we hope that they get their wings, and we wish them all the luck and all the best. And these things happen. But yeah. You went to a wedding. See, that's the thing about life. There's good things and bad things, yin and the yang. We talked about some sad death stuff, but let's talk about some happy stuff. You went to a wedding. That must have been fun.
It was fun. It was a really cool venue out in the middle of nowhere.
Those are always great.
The theme, or the dress code, I should say, I love a good theme.
Yes.
Was Texas casual.
And when you commit to something, you really go for it, and I love it.
I did. I put on a pair of jeans, which I really haven't done. And the pair of jeans that I put on, I had not worn in 2 years.
Nice. How did it fit? Everything fit nice?
No, nothing fit nice. There was no night. I mean, from the outside looking in, I looked pretty good.
Yeah.
But on the inside, I would say my right testicle is still mad at me.
You're basically wearing a male corset.
Yeah, but just for my downstairs. Everything else was good upstairs, but some tight jeans, and I'm gonna have to retire those boots.
Oh, really?
As well. Yeah, they're a little tight as well in the toes.
Yeah. I don't have a pair of boots, and that's something that everyone around me has. It's people who you don't even expect to have boots. My dad has a pair, my brother has a pair. You have some, and then in our text chain when you shared that picture of you dressed up, all cowboyed up.
Straight cowboy boots.
Yeah, absolute cowboy boots. He had a cowboy hat on, and then TJ was chiming in, was like, Basically,
Pants are too short.
yeah, just like basically critiquing his cowboy gear, saying it wasn't like up to code. I'm like, this dirt bag over here is all cowboyed up. Like what?
Dude, you know he's surrounded himself with people that are into that. I guess that
Yes.
type of culture in his life.
Yep.
So he knows how to wear cowboy boots correctly.
Yeah, it's like you sent me a TikTok, which is so accurate, by the way. I wore a button shirt. It wasn't. Oh, I'm definitely the alternative, but
you're talking about dates.
Yeah, date night. Everybody
white guys
wears
on first dates.
White guys on a first date always wear like the nice
button down,
plaid
or checkered
flannel,
buffalo.
Yeah,
check. Yeah.
Or
some sort of variation, and that is the most true TikTok I think I've ever seen.
It really is, and it's hilarious. And
I don't think I wore. I didn't.
You wore more of a Western shirt that had like.
Oh yeah, mine was very Texas Western. In fact, I found it by typing in Texas cowboy.
Oh, nice.
And then went from there.
I have one like that. Mine's a little bit more goth. I got it from my ex's mom, and it's so dope. I've worn it on the show before, but it's black and it's got some really cool like rockabilly style.
I had one like that I really liked, but I don't know what happened to it, so I had to get another one.
Yeah, I mean that's as country as I get though. Like, is that type of shirt, or I will wear a button like a pearl snap. I like that. I like a little pearl snap. Like
pearl snaps are great. I don't know why, but I always feel like, yeah, this is the fancy. I mean, when you wear a shirt that has pearl snaps, you're like, I'm taking it up another level.
Yeah. That's definitely like that's that next level date attire, and that's why that TikTok really
here's
made
the thing,
laugh.
though. Honestly, it's true, but what are you supposed to wear?
Exactly. Like I felt
like if you're a guy, and let's say you're not. You
don't want to overdress, but you don't want to underdress. You know what I
mean? You're 28. Let's say you're 28 years old or older.
Sure.
And you're going on a first date.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to wear?
But me, I'm a gutter punk. So like in my early, like in that time period when I was dating in my mid 20s, like I just would go and I would buy a shirt for that night, right? And so, but it was always like
I still do that.
Yeah, it's fun. I love that. I love shopping. It's one of my things. But it was always like a nice T-shirt though. You know what I mean? It was like not like this where it's like whatever. It's Bob Marley, but it's like some kind of cool T-shirt, like vintage T-shirt or some kind of what's the word? Not decal. What's the word I'm looking for? Graphic tee, but not like, something from a cartoon or TV show. Nothing like too kiddie, but
here's what I'm telling you right now is that there is a right answer to this question.
There is, and that's graphic tee is definitely not the right answer.
I don't know.
But that's what I was
layered? Is it layered with anything, or is it just
not at the time? Tee? Not at the time. At the time, it was just literally I'd wear like jeans and a graphic tee. Because I was like, I'm fucking punk, yeah. You know what I mean? I was like, it was part of my style. And then more recently, I'm an elder goth, right? So like I still wear black, but it's like black jeans.
I think you're an elder emo. I wouldn't say goth.
Okay, yeah. Maybe an elder, but it's always black. So whatever. Yeah, I feel you. I'm not necessarily goth, but I love to wear black. I still love to wear at one point, literally every T-shirt I owned was black, like literally all of them. And because like I remember being a kid and watching like Cribs, and they'd have like a skater or somebody from that like world, and they were always showing their closet, and they're like black T-shirt,
black shirt. I was like, yeah.
Oh, one day that'll be my closet.
And then a crispy long white one for weddings.
Right? And then you just throw it away after wearing it one time.
Yeah.
I grew up. My dad was a shit kicker.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what a shit kicker, it's different than a cowboy. It's more farmer than cowboy, right?
Okay.
Cowboy, when you talk country to country folk and you say cowboy, we automatically think rodeo cowboy, when bull riding cowboys, them kind of type of cowboys, because country is. They like to put us all together, but my dad, when it was time to wear nice shit, it was Wranglers, boots, and his cowboy hat, right? But when it was kick it time, he dresses like I dress, right? Short shirt, like cowboys. They wear that shit all the time.
Yeah.
But then you got shit kickers that wear it. When
they can dress it down a little bit. They know how to dress down a little bit more.
You're right. And it was pressed upon me throughout. I went to
I feel like when you go to when you do formal gear, you look like a cholo on Easter. Like it's that whole bit.
Yeah, dude, I went to prom in my full getup, in my full hat, like nice was that pearl studded like y'all were talking about, shirt.
Oh, pearl snap, okay.
Yeah, had my Wranglers and my boots. I haven't had a pair of boots in so long. It's because I was raised that way. I was raised in that culture. That was my culture. Country was my culture. My dad was a musician.
Yeah.
And like when he played, all his band were boots and cowboy boots and hats and honky tonkin' and
one of my favorite Dean, one of my favorite looks that you had was at your prom, or one of your proms. You went to two. When you wore the all white, that was my favorite look.
I have that look for I kept that tuxedo and took senior pictures with it too.
So slick, dude. All white, ice creamed out fucking tux,
white shoes, white tie,
white vest.
It was like a Mormon wedding.
So good. And then you had these blue like square sunglasses that you wore with it.
It went well. I think my date's dress matched the blue.
Yeah. I hated my look. Like I go back and look at those senior pictures at the prom or whatever, and to me, I actually look older than I do currently. And it's
maybe
it was not a good look. It was not a good look. I was bloated. I didn't like my tux that I was wearing. I literally look older than I do now. It's strange.
Dude, I'll tell you what, dude, tux rentals suck. I don't think I'll ever rent a tux again.
Yeah. I'd rather get a nice jacket.
Get a suit. I'd rather have a suit.
You'd rather have a suit.
A tailored suit.
That is nice. I've never had anything tailored for me. That'd be really nice.
I had two tailored suits. One of them got worn out. But I had a black one and a navy one. I think everybody should have
it'd be nice.
A black suit. A black suit.
I usually just do the get a nice blazer, and then I could dress it up from there.
I had a buddy who would always wear a sports coat.
I did for a while too. Like when I was like 19, 20, I had the t-shirt with the sports coat over it. It was a thrift store sports coat. It was like a gray one. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. And it had patched elbows, didn't it?
I didn't. I couldn't find one with patched elbows, but
I had a corduroy one.
It was a look. You did have a
corduroy.
That was dope.
It had elbow patches.
Yeah. It was like right after my David Gray phase when I was 19. I was wearing a jean jacket, and I want one so bad now, but I'll get one soon. But yeah, man, the looks over the years. But yeah, you're right. Like that is a tricky game, especially when you've been out of the game for so long and you try to get back out there. What do I wear? What do I do? Where do I go? I don't know how to date. It's weird. It's fun, but it's weird.
Yeah.
And then the etiquette, and especially it's like
we're almost 40.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so it's like waking up after being like frozen in ice, and like you wake up and it's a new world.
You need the Captain America notebook.
I do. Figure that
right?
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
You've been frozen.
But
what was the show the pickup artist, the artist or something. You remember that with the guy with the crazy top hat?
Oh yes. I think I saw they like were lampooning it on SNL.
Oh man,
It was so good. I remember that one, but it was pretty funny.
What-
But before we get too far into it, let's go ahead and we're gonna switch it up. We usually save this for the end, but with, like I said, Troy's only gonna be here for a short amount of time. Let's go ahead and get into our pick Three's Company, Triple D, Trace Amigos.
top 3 downtown.
That's right.
Roy round robin.
The category for today is movie scores. Film scores. There you go. That's what you say it. This is since Jorge's not here, he sent me his. So I'm gonna let him be the first person, and then we'll go Dean, and then we'll go Troy, and then we'll go me last. So with number 3 on Jorge's list, he's starting strong. This is great. This is probably one of my favorite movies. I wasn't on my list, but I love it. This is Rudy.
Oh
Rudy.
yeah, that is a good one.
That is a very good one. There's some very inspiring songs in it. I could probably hum one right now if I really thought hard about it. But yeah, it's a great flick. Sean Astin's a badass. We love him.
I believe if you watch Rudy with closed captions when the music starts, it will say inspirational music.
I'm sure it will. All right, Dino, you're up next.
All right. Well, I just thought I would just go on to my Amazon Music list. I have
You have a film score one?
I do, but unfortunately, I just reviewed it as we were talking, and it's pretty much television.
Okay,
It's
well,
all
that's fine.
television.
I don't think that's not a disqualifier to me.
Okay, well, then I will tell you that all of the instrumental music from Westworld.
Ooh, that is great. That is a good one. I love that. That definitely plays to me because
They're cover songs.
they're cover songs of some of the best songs ever. And yes, I fucking love that.
So that's how I got around that. All that was my sneaky one that I thought for sure was. And then I just have a lot of instrumental. Like while I work, I listen to people that do like sound score type music. There's a music group called Two Steps from Hell.
Oh, okay.
And they have some awesome stuff. They've done some music scoring, but I couldn't think of any of them off the top of my head. But I listen to a lot of Two Steps from Hell and Audio Machine. That's another good one.
Nice. But I love that pick. That's a great pick. Troy boy, what you got for us?
Star Wars.
Star Wars. All right. All of them. Love it.
Every one
Love
of
it.
them.
John Williams. Classic.
John Williams.
Classic. You're screwed the rest of the way, though. I love that because you just went all in on your first one.
I sure did.
And that's cool. That's what you do, man. I love that. That's what I love about you. I'm kind of doing the same, you know. It is probably one of my favorites, but I like going strong. I don't know if you've noticed, I always go strong in my first one. I know it's supposed to be my third option, but fuck it. That's how I do too. And I'm going with The Godfather. I think that score is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Love it.
Strong, heavy Italian vibe.
Yes, sir.
As I think that's appropriate for that music. That's for that movie.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good one. That's a strong one.
It is. Okay, so
Say it again.
The Godfather.
Part 1 or 2.
I mean,
It's pretty
probably
much the same.
it's all the same. Yeah, it's like the Star Wars that kind of runs throughout the whole series. I think it would have been fun to have a guest judge in this episode. We should have invited Wally on, but then the whole episode would have turned into a dissertation on movie scores.
Good soundtracks.
But okay, so back to Jorge's pick. This is his number 2. Again, this is a strong one. This is Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And I love that because I think that what's his name? Fuck. Tim Burton is all his films are scored very, very well. They definitely encapsulate the vibes and the themes of the music of the movie, and he music very well in that way.
Do you think it's Danny Elfman too that does all?
Yeah, he does all of them. Yeah, and he actually was the original. He did all the vocal tracks for Jack.
Can I super like that one?
You can super like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Super like that.
He did all the original singing for the movie Nightmare Before Christmas, and they ended up going with somebody else. But
I saw that maybe on YouTube.
It was a documentary. It was a documentary that came out recently about all that stuff. It was really good. Oh, you know what? It was the series on Netflix, The Movies That Made Us.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's a good one.
Great show.
So do you think that Jorge knows that Danny Elfman's his favorite composer?
I don't know. I don't know if he knows that.
Because he loves Batman.
He does. Did he do Batman too? That's him? I guess it is. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's true. Good call.
So, yeah.
Good call.
Yep. He likes the score of Batman, not just like the Prince song or the Seal song.
I love the Prince song.
He likes the music. So yeah, I bet he doesn't know that Danny Elfman is his like dude.
Right.
All right. What was is it my turn or your turn?
It's your turn. It is your turn.
All right. So my next one is going to be Tron Legacy.
Ooh. Nice. I love that. Because that was actually scored by one of my favorite bands, Daft Punk. And I loved it just for that fucking soundtrack. But yeah, man, that's great. I love that. Good call. Fuck.
I like it. My oldest son, Deacon, he when he was little, Tron came out and he was like vibing to the music, so I would just play it, and that's how he figured out what Daft Punk was.
Nice.
He was like, this is the best. He would listen to it every night for like a year. And I was like, here's some other stuff. And he goes, oh, this is not what I thought it was gonna be. Yeah, Daft Punk and the Tron Legacy. The whole thing is every single. I think that music is the only thing is the best part of that movie.
Yeah, as far as like
you take away the soundtrack, and it's not as fun to watch.
Absolutely, and that's like one of those soundtracks that I actually have rotation on my, and stuff that I listen to. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. My next one, number 2, is Blade Runner.
You skipped me, dude.
Okay.
You're next.
No. I'm last. He's right.
Oh.
Go ahead, dude. Your turn. My bad.
I was just going to say Indiana Jones.
Okay.
Dr. Jones.
That's a good one. That is a good one. That's part of that thing that we were doing the other day is like, that's one of the ones you have to try to hum along to. You do that one, Superman, and Star Wars. It's really difficult to do. If you hum them all separately, then you're a badass. But anyway, good stuff.
So, yeah.
Mine. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Blade Runner?
Yeah.
Blade Runner, right?
Yeah, so that was mine. Yeah, Blade Runner.
Composed by Vangelis?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And to me, it's almost like a Daft Punk situation where you definitely know it's a sci-fi flick when you hear it, and it's got some good vibes to it, and it's really cool and trippy in that way.
A lot of electronic
stuff. Yeah.
And I like that. Blade Runner's a good one.
Right on. Okay, so back to Jorge. His final pick, his number 1. We have had no disses, by the way, which I think is great. It's the first time maybe I shouldn't have said anything, but this might be the first time we don't have a diss.
If Troy chooses another John Williams one, then I will diss it.
There you go.
but he's right. Those are good ones.
Yeah, those are good ones. Okay, so Jorge's number 1 City Slickers.
The score.
City Slickers is his number one. It's good.
What?
Yeah, you want to diss it? Are you gonna diss it?
Yeah, I'm dissing that.
Okay. You know, I think
I'm
it's like
dissing
a throwback because there's a lot of like you know, epic. Like I do remember the soundtrack. Like it gives you those vibes, those like stagecoachy
Yeah, but we're
vibes.
talking about score, not soundtrack.
No, I mean that's what I'm saying.
It goes with the movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The music that is, it's a direct throwback to all the old school not country, but Western movies and you know, adventure movies, and it tries to definitely fill those vibes in there. So I get where he's going with it.
Yeah,
But you
it's like a where's the beef commercial or like a steak commercial.
Yeah.
Remember the USDA choice certified, and
absolutely.
But yeah,
beef
the main title for that soundtrack or score or whatever you want to call it is fitting to the movie. I mean, they're doing an old retro wagon train. It should be, you know.
Yes.
Or not wagon train, roundup, whatever. Yeah, trail drive. That's the word.
Right on. So
yeah,
your
pick
pick
a good
now.
One. My pick is the Tom Cruise sci-fi Oblivion.
Ooh, goddamn! Is that another Daft Punk?
No, it's M83.
Oh my god, it's M83. You're right.
Yep.
Oh, you bastard.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I'm gonna super like that. I should have super liked Tron, but I'll super like that one. That's awesome, man.
I did not know that movie existed until I found the music, and I was like, "What am I listening to?" And I looked down at my playlist, and it was on something from Oblivion, and then I was like, "Who does this?" And then I went and saw M83, and then I was like, "Okay, do they do all?" And they do all the music.
That's badass.
And they also do that crazy song that is so good.
Yes, we played at the end of the show. I love that song too.
Right. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I do, man.
It's like the theme song to everything right now.
Yeah, it invokes emotion immediately. It just.
Did you ever watch Versailles?
Oh
on Netflix. Yeah, it's the opening song to that.
Wow.
Anyway, M83, they did all of Oblivion way back when.
Hell yeah.
And
yeah.
It's a cool movie too.
All right, Troy boy, what you got?
I'm hitting with the big one, another Tom Cruise movie, Top Gun.
Okay.
Oh, dude, the music during the fight scenes, the dog fight scenes, and come on, bro. Like that movie got me hyped from day one. Every time
But just like you jumped on somebody earlier, like, are you talking soundtrack or are you talking score? Because I know you love the soundtrack. I know you love the soundtrack.
I love the soundtrack too, but I'm talking score. I'm talking
Loggins, man.
Away the danger zone.
Yeah, but there's a whole like
take my breath away.
On the soundtrack, there's a score song that's just music.
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
Now I get you.
Yeah.
And then there's like really military sounding score was in there too.
Yes.
Like military drumline stuff going on. So I get where you're going with it. That's cool. All right, so my last one is gonna be. It might get. I don't know. I don't want to. Whatever. I'm just gonna say it. I just because like just kind of like you were going, Dean. Like I was like gonna go another direction, but I'm like I have to get this dude in here somehow. So I'm going with the soundtrack to. Hold on, I gotta get the name of the movie right. The Social Network.
Social Network. That's a good one. It's
a good soundtrack, and it was one of Trent Reznor's first soundtracks he ever did, and that's what he does. That's a big part of what he does now. He does soundtracks.
Yeah, it's Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross.
That's right.
Yeah, that's a good one. Trent Reznor's perfect for that, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they do Watchmen.
They did. They won an award this last year. They did the Soul, the movie Soul.
Yeah, that's right. And that was a great music there too.
Yeah, absolutely. That I was afraid to watch that movie right away. I don't know. Like it's a weird thing. Like I love me some depressing ass music, man. It's true. It's something that people have said like, why are you listening to that, bro? But I don't know. I do. I enjoy it. But a sad movie, bro. Ugh. I don't know. I need time to watch. I need time to get in a good mental space before I can watch a sad movie. But sad music I can listen to all the time, and it doesn't bring me down. But a sad movie will fuck my world up for at least a week. So it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that
wait, a sad movie or a sad music?
Like a sad movie. Like I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to see Soul yet because it just deals with death and shit like that. I just don't know if I want to dive into that world. So I waited a little bit to watch it. And like the new Bo Burnham special, I'm like, I don't know if I need to watch that right away.
Yeah, that's the same thing I said. I've seen some clips of it, and it's
like
my list of stuff. It's on my list.
It's like, man, I don't want to watch something that makes me feel like how how I'm not trying to feel. You know what I mean? I'm trying to.
I love Bo Burnham. I love all his stuff. I kind of love everything he's ever done.
Yeah.
Because even like when I was pretty immature when he was doing his immature YouTube stuff, so that worked.
Yeah.
And then his stand-up, his specials are very funny. I saw some of the interviews he did. There's one that they're talking about now where Mark Maron tries to get him a little bit, kind of bust his chops a little, and he just comes right back at him. And that's called The Green Room, by the way. It's on Hulu, I think. You can watch it.
Nice.
But it's like a Canadian comedy hangout show.
Nice. I like it. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like some movies are just a little too intense for me to watch right away, and I just need to get in a good space before I dive into that.
Yeah.
Some are just some are just like you don't even know it's coming. Like that's what happened when I guess it's kind of silly to say that I'm about to say the movie and you're gonna be like, you didn't know that was gonna be fucked up and sad. Jojo Rabbit. Because yes, the subject matter is very depressing. And I get that, but it's Taika, and he always has such a good heart to everything. And there was a good heart to it, but man, the saddest part of that movie just destroyed me for like at least a week. I was down in the dumps, but this was a fun thing. I think movie scores are epic that way. They can evoke so much emotion, and this was a good category. So thank you, Jorge. And I want to say that you won that one, Dean. So good job.
Yeah. I thought I would.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Job. Good job.
I thought like if we did, I stuck with it. My first one was Game of Thrones, but there's a lot of really good music in television, like Battlestar, and especially the more sci-fi you get, the better I think it gets.
Yeah,
that's just me. But on like a soundtrack, like right now to break the top 40, you're as a new artist, you basically have to be used. Your song has to be used in a TV show or like a Netflix. Yeah. TikTok has just recently added that to the,
But I find stuff like on there, like there's this new song by I don't know if it's new anyway at all, but there's a song that I know about Grimes, but I'm not like super familiar with her stuff. Lainey liked her a lot, but there's this song that's been like popping up on TikTok from Grimes. It's like, to me it hits like almost like a Cyndi Lauper type of song, but updated, and it's so dope. I love it. Anyway, I love that about TikTok is you can find some really good music on there that maybe these bands aren't super popular, but something hits the right way and captures emotion, just like we're talking about with movies. And it's even harder in the TikTok world because you're talking about it like a 30 to 60 second video. And, if you can get the whole world to be obsessed with those 30 seconds to 60 seconds of a song, then you're doing something right.
Did you? I just recently the boys were watching Ready Player One,
Oh yeah.
where they just like redo all the old stuff, like with
Mm-hmm.
it's all covers, but it's like pop, cultural icon songs
Yeah.
redone.
Yeah. Just kind of like the
that-
Westworld thing.
Yeah. Take on Me, they do Ready Player One, Pure Imagination, the one that from
that was
really
good, really good one.
really really good.
My favorite part of that was the whole the Shining thing. That whole part of the movie was just I lost my shit when that was happening.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Another good
Blew my
one
mind.
is X-Men, the animated series from the 90s. That song.
Yeah. That is good.
That's a good one. And Captain Marvel actually has pretty good stuff. I mean, it gets more like the because it's got spaceships and stuff. I'm telling you, man, like sci-fi
yeah.
has the scores that I'm into more so.
And you want to talk about soundtracks? We can get in a little bit of talk about soundtracks. I know that maybe it'll be a category later on in our run, but Wes Anderson, his use of music is amazing. He's known for it.
Yeah. We talked about Tom's. We talked about Snyder.
Yep. Zack Snyder does a really good job of it.
Tom Snyder, which is not the right person.
And then, you were bringing up cartoons. I mean, I think the best cartoon soundtrack song of all time is in Transformers.
The movie?
Yeah, the movie covered by Dirk Diggler himself.
Robin Hood, Disney.
You got the touch. You got the power.
Dude, I'm telling you, that Transformers movie soundtrack is dope.
Yes.
From 1980, 89, one of those.
Yes.
And
with the balls and you kill Optimus Prime. No spoiler alert. And I think the balls in that to do that first movie it's awesome. I mean, that's cool.
It's the superior Transformers film.
Absolutely.
Troy,
you want to get some Troy time in before you got to go, bud?
It was just to sell the next line of the Transformers toys. That's its purpose. But
did we lose him already?
No.
Okay, you want to get some Troy time in before you got to
get some Troy time in? I really don't have a Troy. I mean, unless you want me to talk about the Jake Paul fight that I watched, that I pirated off of wrestling.in.
Sure, go for it.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah. Give me your thoughts on it. Did you watch the whole card? Did you watch just the fight?
I watched the whole card. Well, I watched every fight but the first fight, I think.
You get to see Chad Johnson? That's the one I missed.
That's the one I missed.
Okay, you missed that one too.
I saw the recap of the Chad Johnson.
That was the first fight of the night.
Got you.
So was that Fire Fest?
Do you have your radio on? Will you turn that down for us?
No, I don't have a radio on.
Okay.
Speaker?
Something, because we're getting a mad echo. Are you going through your car audio is what I'm saying?
Yes.
Can you turn your down?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay. I want you to still be able to hear us, but I don't want to hear ourselves.
And I gotta get.
Love it.
I'm having
Sorry, I'm having problems.
It's all good. No worries, man. So yes. So you didn't get to see the first fight. What did you think of the Mayweather fight? What did you think of it, Dean?
Hello.
Yeah, we got you, buddy.
I thought it was a waste of everyone's time.
It's fine.
Time and money. Big waste of time.
It was a waste of time and money. I will tell you, Jorge thought he was impressed the fact that Jake went the whole 8, and he also gave Jake 2 rounds in that fight.
Okay, that's all great. I guarantee you that Floyd
Floyd Mayweather put money that
He was gonna
Logan
make it all the way.
would make it all the way.
Yeah, no, I
And
get
that's the
you.
only reason he did.
What about you, Troy? What'd you think about it?
I
There was
thought it
points
was.
where he was holding him up. There was points where he was holding him up and laughing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think Jake Paul had more than anybody thought he did, but the whole thing was kind of just. I mean, it was just a show, and that's what it was. Just a show. You know, it wasn't competitive. It wasn't. I thought he handled himself well with Mayweather, but I thought Mayweather was dumb with getting in there with the freaking heavyweight. So
Yeah. I mean, there's a 30-pound difference.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
The whole
saying.
thing sucked. The whole thing sucked. I wish it never happened.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I'm torn by that because, Jorge is a huge boxing fan, and we used to go back and forth over how he felt that MMA was a sham sport, and I thought that boxing was a sham sport. And he thinks that this is actually good for the sport. And I'll give him the fact that everybody's talking about it. Everybody is talking about it. We're talking about it. And so, yeah, I get that gives you eyes on the sport.
I'm reluctantly talking about this.
Exactly. I feel that way too. And I feel like the fact that, Chad Ochocinco at the end of his fight was like, okay, now that was good. I got my first fight in, and now I'm ready for Conor. And it's like, wait, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? And and people are going to pay for that, And then Jake Paul's brother is fighting Tyron Woodley on Showtime as well. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's just a weird. To me, boxing's in a weird spot. They don't have enough stars that they're just throwing people out there.
Here's what I think we can all learn from this. Take it away as a positive. If you're a professional athlete or an entertainer of some kind, get somebody good to manage your money so that you don't have to do ridiculous things like this.
Yeah.
This is stupid. This is stupid.
It's a money grab. It's what it is.
Stupid. It's stupid.
But it's also stupid for us fans and us like patrons to pay for that shit. Or I know.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't steal this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even steal it. That's how not good it is. It's not worth stealing. Like if I downloaded that stream illegally and watched it,
yeah,
I'd be like, oh, that was a waste of my time.
I kind of felt that way. I really did. But there were some silver linings. I mean, that's the thing about we are fans of production and we're fans of entertainment. And so there was some entertaining value to it. Yeah, Migos was part of it, but I love the fact that Jesus and Mero were part of the and Mauro Ronaldo were the
Mauro Ronaldo being there was awesome.
Yeah, and I love Jesus and Mero. Those are my boys, and I thought they added some comedy to it, which I loved.
Yeah, I didn't expect them to be there, and it was
Showtime
really,
product though, so that's that they're on Showtime, so it makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's really awesome, and it was fun to listen to them. That's what made it bearable, because there was no sports competition going on in the ring. It was just two guys flailing at each other.
Well, I know that you're also an MMA fan. Did you get to watch the card on Saturday?
The Rosenstruck fight?
Yes.
Yeah, I ended up watching the last two fights. Rosenstruck looks good.
Absolutely.
I mean, he knocked him out pretty good, pretty fast. And that other guy looked
him out before the end of the first round.
Right.
Barely. I mean, it's 4:59. The guy could have taken it one step back and gone into the second round.
Yeah. Well.
All right.
UFC's been kind of flat lately.
Sorry, say it again.
What?
UFC's been kind of flat lately, but so coming up this weekend, real quick, I will talk about this on Troy Time just real fast. Coming up this weekend is my boy Brandon Moreno is fighting for the title. So that's coming up. It's a pay-per-view this coming up weekend. Moreno's fighting, and your boy Nate's fighting Bustos.
Nick Diaz. Yep.
Nick Diaz fighting Leon Edwards.
Yes, and then Figueroa is the champion.
Echo effect. And I'm gonna use your blinker as my metronome.
Do I still have?
It is. Yeah. It is.
I'll let y'all go.
All right, man. I appreciate you hanging in there as long as you could.
Yeah. Later, guys. Love you, fellas.
Love you too, man.
Troy.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to stick with sports a little bit, talk about some Mavs, and we'll get into our favorite things, movies and TV.
Blow the whistle! Blow the whistle! Blow the whistle!
We like to party.
You're listening to A Good Day for Football with Chris Bustos, Nathan Bedard, David Kroboff, and Troy Warren.
Alfonso Noon is a guy who falls in the bathtub and bites into bubbles.
Hi, I'm Andrew Luck. I like ball. Let's go out here!
Oh!
Hey.
Oh!
Dominate!
It's compelling.
Some bias.
He's a cover girl.
Oh!
Touchdown, Dallas!
Yay. Hey, did you get your product test?
No, I haven't got it yet, dude. I think I got ripped off, bro. We'll see. I'm still following it on Shop to see if they send it to me, but it still hasn't been shipped.
Does they give you tracking or anything? No, not even shipped yet.
No, I do have tracking.
No, I mean it hasn't shipped yet. Then
Order placed is all it says. Order placed.
okay.
On May 21st, dude. Jesus, I have an order number. I'm gonna.
Did it give you like an estimated shipping time?
I'm gonna send him an email. I'm gonna say rough balls. Okie dokie. All right, guys, we are back. We're gonna button up. We had a little technical difficulties. We had to say bye to our boy Troy. A little echo chamber. But let's wrap up sports while we have a nice clean audio. Talk about the sadness that was the end of the Mavs season. You know, so much promise. It looked good. Starting the series, obviously, and then things just kind of went away from us, man. I don't know.
I have some theories.
Okay.
The main thing is what to do with the unicorn.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
What to do with Kristaps Porzingis?
I mean, and I know that New York is paying a good portion of his salary, but he still made more money than some of the best players in the league this year, Jokic being one of them. And it's like,
if we get rid of him, does New York have to keep paying part of that salary? Is that I don't know how it works.
Yeah, basketball is a weird sport. I don't know how that works either. It'll be difficult to try to move him, but I think that's the play, and I think that somebody will take him.
Oh yeah, somebody will take him. I mean, where I'd like to see him play next is Detroit, because he's been that much of a disappointment.
Yeah. I agree with that, man. And he started the game strong. I think in the first quarter, at one point he had 8 points, but then he kind of just went away. Yeah,
it's always good when Boban is your third highest scorer.
Yeah.
I was listening to sports radio, and the Mavs won Game 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the stats came out, and he said, "What if I told you that going into Game 5, Boban was going to start, and he was going to be the third highest scorer of the night for the Mavs? What would be your prediction?" And the guy was like, that the Mavs lose by 40. And they didn't. They lost by over 40. I mean, they lost by over 20 in game 4, but they, man, it was just tough.
Yeah, man. And, they
but I would say that game 6 and 7, there was
he just took over, man. Like,
well,
on the stretch, man, he just like went on another level, dude. And it was just like, wait, what the fuck?
Luka didn't make a 3-point shot in game 6 until the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And sometimes in some of those games, I don't remember which ones. I just remember him coming out with like these crazy, points per game, like 40.
Yeah, he was
like,
the mid 30s for the first half of the series.
And then he scored 40 in game 5, right?
Yeah.
And then he could have scored 60 points if he could make all his free throws in that game.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, it's just one of those things. He's,
he just didn't have enough runs in it because there's moments in everything. Game. There's moments in game 6 where it was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna take this. We're gonna fucking finish this game, and then it just we couldn't sustain that momentum. And that's the thing about basketball. Basketball is a game of runs, and the Clippers just had longer and better runs throughout the series.
Well, here's the thing: is that when Luka goes and sits on the bench,
nobody else is there, and even when he's out there, and then when he's out there, you still don't. We need 2 more options, not just 1 more. You know what I mean?
I like Jalen Brunson.
I do too.
I like
a prolific scorer.
Yeah, he will be.
Yeah, and I do like Tim Hardaway Jr. I think he is that second guy, but we need a third guy. I mean, I would like him to be somebody who plays down low.
I would like it to be Kristaps Porzingis.
It would be nice. It would be nice if it was him,
right? One would think.
Yeah.
And like, I remember when we got that trade, when we got Luka and we had Kristaps, and Mark Cuban was saying he's not going to make the same mistake he did with Steve Nash and
Dirk.
Dirk, yeah, and good and fine. That is not Steve Nash, and that is not Dirk.
Yeah, and then that leading into the playoffs, that was part of the conversation, is that they don't have that type of relationship too. Is that it's kind of
he's an idiot now. I mean, I loved him. I wanted him to do great. He could have done great, but he literally had 2 jobs during the playoffs. Don't go to a titty bar and score points and play defense. That's it. He didn't do any of those. He failed at all of those jobs.
Yeah. Agreed. But we salute Luka. He's going to get his big contract at the end of the season. He's going to stick around.
Oh, yeah.
And we hope that we get some help. Yeah, we hope we get some help. And thank you for the season, Mavs. We appreciate it. It was fun. But we need to build on it, man. We need to get better.
I still hate the Clippers.
I do too. All right, let's go ahead and get into a little TV sucks.
There's some really good shows I've been watching, guys.
Before that, though, like I mean, I know that you have some TV stuff to talk about, but I did go see a really great flick over the weekend. I got to go see my buddy Ray White over there. SMG took care of me, and
Studio Movie Girl for.
That's right.
Those not in the know.
I didn't want to give him that much love because I'm in direct competition with him, but that's fine though.
Well, here's the deal: is that 90% of our listening audience has worked for them at some point.
That's probably true. That is probably true. But I bleed green now. But that's green? Okay. That's right. It looks cinemas.
Black.
It's green. Green. Look, cinemas coming soon.
What do you guys do to bring people's hearts and minds together?
We do a lot of the same things, man, and that's bring communities in to share an experience of watching a phenomenal film. And zero distractions because we take care of everybody up front. You get your food, you get your tickets out in the lobby before you even go into the theater. So that way we can cut down on distractions, man. And that's really exciting. But
So
I did see
overall a superior product, much like a traditional.
You said it. You said it, buddy. But I did get to see Cruella, and it was absolutely phenomenal flick. Our buddy of a buddy, if you will, our buddy in Cali was friends with one of the guys who's in this movie. We followed his career over the last few years, and it continues to flourish. He played what's his name? Jorge used to do. He loves doing them. He was our first hater, I think.
Not Donner. Richard
Jewell. Richard Jewell. He played him in that movie, the Clint Eastwood flick, and he plays one of the crooks, or however you want to say,
lackeys.
One of the lackeys to Cruella, and he does such a phenomenal job. But I loved it, man. It's like it's not what I expected. You know, one of our favorites had a role in it, and I think actually he's going to be, because they already are talking about
Paul Walter Hauser is the guy's name.
Yes, by the way. Yes. He's a really, really good actor. And then the other guy was really good too. I hadn't seen him. The person I was with, she said that she's seen him in stuff and she liked his work. I don't know who he is, but I think maybe he's been in some British work, but he was really good. But the one that I wanted to know more about,
Joel Fry.
Maybe, I think so. Our one of our favorite vampires was in this movie.
Which one?
The one that we drink drug blood. We are wizards now. He played in the way that they framed it up, I'm like, he's got to be the lead in the next flick, because they're already talking about doing another movie.
Ivan Novak, right?
Yes, and he plays a lawyer who also plays the piano, and he gets fired. And it's like, why did they throw the fact that he plays piano in there? That just didn't make too much sense. They just kind of threw it in there, and I'm like, if you've watched 101 Dalmatians, the guy who has the male Dalmatian is a piano player. Do you remember?
Well, that's the guy. He's playing that guy.
Yeah, he's playing that guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, that's him. That's crazy. And then just the way that they framed everything, it's like almost like The Devil Wears Prada, because it's about fashion. Mm-hmm. And I love fashion, and the time, like, it's one of those, you're like, what decade is this? What era is this? It feels very like 70s British, and Cruella kind of represents like the British punk invasion. And I freaking love it, dude. It plays to my sensibilities, like, and she is so good. She is such a badass, and just the way they filmed everything, the music, everything about it, they did such a good job, man. They're crushing it with these like redos or whatever, these like live action
origin of the villain stuff.
So good, man. It's like what they're doing. Like, it's like they figured it out. Like, I think they tried to go a little too traditional in the first couple that they did, like with Angelina Jolie. They try to be a little bit too close to the original. And
I mean, that one got a sequel though.
It did, and it was good. But I like the way that they're thinking a little bit more outside the box now, and I love that. I think it's.
Is there anything down? I mean, in the pipeline for another?
They're already starting to work on a second one.
For Cruella?
Cruella, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But just the way they got to everything, like how they come up with her name and how they come up, with just her motivation, like why she has a disdain for maybe Dalmatians. Like, I mean, there's a lot that kind of goes into it, and it makes everything kind of make sense in a very cool way. But good shit, good flick. I enjoyed it. Very whimsical.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Four Lions? Just going back to the, I can't think of it. I can't say his name right, I'm sure. But have you ever seen Four Lions?
Four Lions. I'm looking it up right now.
It's got Ivan Novak in it. And it's about like four terrorists
Oh no.
comedy. And it's very funny.
Oh wow, he's in it too. Okay, yeah. I have not seen that.
Yeah, definitely worth checking out. I think it's on Netflix right now.
Nice.
It's on something. I mean, I know it's on something.
And the antagonist is Emma Thomas. She plays a baroness and she crushes it. Joel Fry is the other one that plays in it, and then Mark Strong's in it, and he's always really good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, good stuff. All right, you saw something on Netflix, a new series that just came out.
Yeah, Sweet Tooth.
Which is produced by Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. and his wife. Yeah. And it's based on a DC graphic novel.
DC graphic novel.
Or maybe series. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Nice.
Very, very good. There's a lot of pandemic stuff. I mean, it's about
post-apocalyptic.
It's post-apocalyptic, but it's all based. The apocalypse happened because of a virus.
Oh, okay.
And, man, it's better than I thought it was going to be. I was not too hyped on it.
Yeah.
I started it. I watched 2 episodes yesterday, and I wanted to watch the rest of the series, but it was already midnight. So
wow.
But yeah, it is very good. The voiceover work is the writing on the voiceover narration is very good. I
Nice.
enjoy the.
I always love that.
Yeah, I enjoy how they.
I think Election's probably my favorite of all time.
Of course, I agree with you. It's the best narration for a comedy, but it's not narrated. It's inner monologue kind of voiceover, which is even, and just the editing. You're like starting to hear in Election. One of the things is you're hearing the conversation happen with stuff going over it, and then it cuts to the rest of that conversation.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
I do love that.
That's really good editing on that end. And Election's on Netflix too right now. So if you haven't seen that in a while, it's worth a rewatch. You good?
No.
You getting bad news or something?
Just, I don't know.
Is the cops coming for you?
Yeah, probably. I don't even know how to respond to that. Okay,
You just pick your guitar?
No. So no communication turned into brutal communication. But
about what?
Man, I don't know.
Did she start it?
Well, I don't know. She posted something. She like blocked me on everything, which is fine. I wasn't like trying to like communicate necessarily with her, but I was liking some of her posts and stuff. Mm-hmm. And she posted something on Twitter today and was like, "You don't exist to me." And so I took that as I don't. And so I was like, "Okay, I hear you loud and clear." And I said it not necessarily to her, but I made a post like she made a fake post. And she said, "It wasn't about you." And I said, "Cool. We're not talking. And I just assumed that you're kind of annoyed by me because I've been liking your posts. You blocked me on stuff. So I'm trying to give you space." And she's like, it's not, I don't want space. It's that I've totally moved on. We're broken up. I have no desire to be your friend. Communicate. Yeah. She's like, I didn't get treated the way I deserved by you for a very long time. And I don't think you deserve access to me. I don't know.
Well, dude, I mean,
I'm trying to move on. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I know that there's two sides to everything.
Yeah.
I never like tried to hurt her in any way. Like I was never like mean to her. I don't think I was. You know, my effort. That's really where it kind of for me, where I feel like I failed the relationship. It was just in my effort. But I was really depressed and I was emotionally blocked, and so maybe there's things that I just don't see or know, and that's the thing that I felt. I was like, why the fuck? You know, like, I don't know, man. It's weird because like we had that month and a half where we were still living together, and you do the best you can, and you try to, you know, manage that the best as possible. And when she finally was gone, it's like things just like totally changed, you know? And I felt that coldness and that like it's immature and it's insane to think that we could be friends. I know that. But I felt that vibe from her, like I'm a villain all of a sudden. You know what I mean? And I was like, I don't know how or you know what I did to be that person, you know, to be villainized by her. Like I don't know.
Right?
Yeah, I mean,
what one person thinks about you, that they have to tell themselves something.
Yeah, and you know, there's these two parts to relationship, and you know, I don't know. I feel like that maybe both are true because, like, when we broke up, the story that she told me is that we were both struggling with depression, and that we couldn't get better and also be together, and that we had some codependency issues. All that being super true. You know what I mean? I'm struggling with the codependency issues.
Yeah.
Through the breakup, because you know, it's like I wanted to, you know, like I needed to, like, I don't know, make sure that she was good before before myself, you know? And that's part of that codependency. And also not being able to just clean break, no communication. That was really hard for me too. Cause it's like I was addicted to the relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I always want more, you know, I want one more conversation, one more, you know, like just the fact that there was no communication, like I couldn't, that was hard for me because I needed to know, because I felt in my heart, like I was like, there's more to this. Like, it just feels like there's more to this than what she told me or the understanding that I have. And it turns out I was right. I don't know. But either way, like that's how she has to deal with it and get through it. And, you know, I got to do the same, you know, on my own end. I'm trying to move on. You know, I'm going out, I'm having fun, and I'm trying to meet new people and continue with my life, man. So, and that's just part of that's part of life, you know. People break up.
Yeah.
You gotta do the best you can, and you know, people handle things differently, process things differently. And then again, like, you know, I'm not trying to say that I'm perfect in the situation. I definitely know, obviously, if things were great, or if, you know, if I was doing, you know, if I was honoring the relationship better, we wouldn't be, you know? So I'm sure there's some truth to it, you know, and I just don't know specifically. But again, that's just like, I mean, it doesn't matter, you know, in the end, you know, like I can continue the conversation, and, you know, that's part of that codependency that I'm talking about, right? Like, no, give me more. You know what I mean? It's almost like masochism. Like, no, hurt me more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Trust me. Yeah, I do. And I also, man, this is coming from a person that did the worst possible job you could do.
Yeah.
In a relationship.
Yeah.
That's me.
Mm-hmm.
There's like the worst.
Right.
Oh, yeah. What's something that would, what's an example? What's the definition of bad relationship? Doing a bad thing in a relationship, like physically, emotionally, psychologically,
Yeah.
just trauma all the time.
Right.
And
gaslighting, all that stuff.
Yeah, I did all of that.
Yeah.
So, like, to the extreme for years.
Yeah.
And then just couldn't stop.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah, part of that self-sabotaging,
Yeah, it was. I was like, good. I hope I get caught because I hate this.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I told myself.
Right.
I'm just going to do this the chicken shit way.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to make her make the decision.
Right. I'm going to do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And I don't really, so that's all true about myself. I mean, but that doesn't have to define
who you are forever.
My future.
Exactly.
So just know, you're fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I am, and I've it's been a journey, but it's been a good one. And I'm still learning, because trying to figure out what it is and how to be alone and figure out what I want, and that's something that's been part, of that, the codependency issues is that what I don't know what I really want. Cause I've always been in a relationship. And so being by myself, is difficult for me. And so I would bounce around to different relationships, and I've always been long and pretty good relationships, but I was like trying to, I'm not saying I'm a people pleaser. That's what I'm necessarily saying. I'm pretty I definitely I'm an individual, if you will, but at the same point in time, there's concessions and compromises you make in relationships. And then when those are over, it's then you have to reevaluate, do I really not want those things, or did it not serve that relationship? And that's why I just let those things go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where I'm at right now, is just trying to figure out what I truly want. Cause that's the hard thing. We talk about it on the show. We talk about trying to set long-term goals, and that's really hard for me because I don't know what I want, and I got to figure that out. Once I figure that out, then I can start setting those long-term goals a little bit easier. One thing I do know is that I want to own my own home. That's a big long-term goal for me. But as far as
for what purpose though?
It's just I don't know what it is. I was telling my friend this the other day, I'm like, you know what? I think I'm a fucking capitalist. You know what I'm saying? I do want to have a job, and I do like to buy things, and I do those types of things. I'm not I couldn't, go off grid. You know what I mean? I couldn't just go move somewhere and just get a regular ass job and just, enjoy my life. You know what I mean? I need the grind. I need that stuff. I don't know why, but that's just, I do like that stuff. I was like, man, do I need a second TV? I really don't, but I do. You know what I mean? Do I need a TV in my bedroom? Not really,
no.
But I kind of want one. And so, so I struggle with that. But what I'm saying is just I do like that stuff. I do want a house. That's a goal of mine that I've always had. And so it's one of those things, man. I want my own space in this world. I want to claim, I want to claim something, say, this is mine. Yeah.
I think one of the little tidbits of knowledge I got off something, probably an Instagram post, was if you want to actually save money and become rich, you have to be okay with being broke forever.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Nah.
Because you're not going to save any money. You're not going to achieve any savings or,
Because it's all your
anything of substance,
mortgage, whatever.
unless you're okay with being poor
Right.
for a very long time.
Yeah.
Because that's how you do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've never been able
But the thing, and then that's the thing also is like, I mean, that's part of it. And then also having to figure out like, do I want to get married? Do I really not want kids? Like in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I think I let that go. But that's the diving deep into myself and like really figuring it out.
Yeah, that's a hard one because you're codependent and you're in a long-term relationship with someone that definitely knew what they wanted.
Yeah.
And kids wasn't it.
Right.
So do you actually want kids and you just have had at some point resigned the fact that, you know what, she doesn't, so I don't. Right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Do I want to get married or have I,
Yeah.
or do I just want to do it because she wants to do it?
Yeah.
Or doesn't.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
It's crazy,
It's
man.
weird, man.
Yeah. Because
When you think about like I want to be with this person so much that I will forego
this other stuff.
concede stuff that actually might bring real value and purpose to my life. Right?
Yeah. But we joke about it too. Growing up, I'm like the kid. Like we talk about the John Hughes thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Like I don't know. Some people like their whole lives are like, oh yeah, they're planning their weddings. You know what I mean? They're like, I want to be married. Like, you know what I mean? Like TJ's kind of that way. He's always wanted to be married. You know what I mean? Some people have always wanted to be dads. I haven't ever thought of that stuff. It's always.
I thought about it
in like
all the time in my youth. Like I think about like, when I was younger, I never thought, yeah, I can't wait to get married and have kids.
Yeah.
But I did it.
Right. Yeah.
But I never pictured myself and they talk about visualization as a big deal.
Yeah.
In sports, right? Remember when we were in wrestling and we would do mental visualization, like visualize what you want to happen and then go make it happen.
Yeah.
There's only a few times in my life that I've been successful with that. Usually I'm reacting instead of being,
Yeah.
It's
me too. I'm a reactor too.
There's not, and I think part of that is just like fear of failure, fear of rejection.
Yeah.
But there's, I mean, especially prior, I mean, it's all reactionary and not proactive.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. For me, like the John Hughes factor thing, like I've always just dreamed about being in like intense fucking relationships. You know what I mean? Like
here's what I think.
What I would dream about.
Here's what I think about both of us. Your John Hughes factor is a weakness.
Yeah.
My lack of John Hughes factor is my weakness.
Yeah.
There's some sort of middle. Like John Hughes isn't real.
Right. Yeah. You see, like, have you ever seen? I think we've talked about it before. What the aspiration to that? 500 Days of Summer.
Yeah.
I'm that fucking guy, dude. Like I'm that asshole, dude. And like I watched that movie and it made me face myself in a way where I'm like, yeah, like what the fuck am I doing? Like that's not a way to live, dude. Like You know, you always tell me, and you're really good about it, and I appreciate it. You know, like lower your fucking expectations, dude. Like, there's expectation and reality, and my expectations are so out of what, you know, the reality or what's real. You know what I mean? And so,
Yeah, but on the
part of it,
but on the other side of that is have some sort of expectation,
true. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like if I go into something with no expectations all the time,
Yeah.
well, I'm going to choose, you know, like I'm going to choose something that I'm going to choose whatever's closest. Like,
yeah.
Like there's two restaurants.
Yeah.
Both of them serve. One's fast food and one's like a Michelin star. The Michelin star one is 2 blocks farther.
Yeah.
If I have no expectations, I'm always going to stop at the closest one.
Yeah.
Right? That's the analogy.
Sure.
If I had gone 2 more blocks, I could have,
great,
a superior meal with really not that much more effort.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Like just having the expectation of, or the knowledge of knowing this is not as good as this. And if I go just a little bit more, I can do something better for myself.
Yeah. And I think that, these things, they suck at the time and they're horrible, but you learn from them, right? Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully
you gotta be, now's the time to be self-aware.
Yeah. And proactive. Like you said, like, know how, whatever, like know how I failed and do better, and that's kind of, and again, for me, it could be wrong, but it's what I'm holding on to right now. It's all about effort for me. I feel like that's where, and in the past as well too, like I've hit these moments in certain relationships where I just kind of, I don't know, like shut down, turn off, disconnect, disassociate, whatever you want to say, whatever word you want to say. There's moments where I just kind of like coast. I'm like not there, but I'm there. And that's when that's like a slippery slope. Because when I start doing that stuff, that's when the effort starts going away. And I just get comfortable and I'm just like living my life like day to day, like whatever. And it just becomes very like I'm a very passionate person. But there's, like I said, there's moments where I can hit these lulls and I just kind of like I'm going through the motions. And so that's my focus right now, is trying to be present, day to day, and give my best efforts to every day. And that's difficult for me, but I'm, I feel like it finally clicked, and I feel like, that's what I got to live by. And that's for now anyway. That's what I'm living by. And that's like the thing I'm focused on is just giving my best efforts every day and being present. And I think if I do that and I focus on that, then I think so far, even especially, is like good things have come from that.
I just got a special delivery.
Nice.
Who's that? That come over here? Can you say hi? Go to my friend Chris.
Hey,
hi, Chris.
What's up, man? You have the best TikToks or Snapchats. Best Snapchats. Those? I just see them. Yeah.
On her story.
Yeah. He grabs her phone and starts doing the best. Like, they're so funny.
I got your birthday present. Like that.
Oh, yeah. Is it rainbow?
It's got a lot of colors in it. It's not traditional rainbow colors.
Nice. That looks so cool.
I don't know. It was hard to tell which one was cooler from the picture. But yeah, baby.
Nice.
Wow. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You see that?
Yeah, I do. I love that. Love that. That's so dope. Nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. It's funny. No, it's funny though. I was gonna
wrap it.
That's what I wanted to earlier before we even started, because like I got a little bit of it earlier today, and I was just gonna like try to ignore it, let it go type shit. And then, but that's the thing about the show, man. And that I love that we're doing a little, and it happened organically this time.
Don't put any of that in the show.
I'm going to put all of it in.
No.
Why? I think it's important.
Oh,
I do.
sucks.
I think it's important. I know it sucks, but I think it's important. Like I said, last week, I think people appreciate that vulnerability, and I don't mind, because I think it is important to share that.
Yeah, it is. I'd rather just share it with you.
I yeah, I agree, but I think it is because there's other people that are going through that shit too,
Yeah.
And if maybe they can take something from that. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it is a train wreck and I shouldn't throw it out there, but
just go back and figure out what you want to share.
I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, man. I don't know. What else did you watch? Did you watch anything cool?
Yeah.
What else did you watch? Oh yes. Man. Oh my God. Yes. That is such a fucking good ass show.
This will give you some content to bookend.
Yes.
So you just Hacks. Hacks is a good show.
I love it. I'm so excited because like you said they would do here's 2 episodes, here's 3 episodes, whatever. And now we have to wait for the final episode. And
I cannot figure out what's up with it, dude, because there's another show on HBO that also threw me for a loop.
41 downloads, everybody. Thank you so much for the love. See, it's about opening ourselves up and being vulnerable. That's what people want to hear. Thank you so much.
I have therapy tomorrow.
Yeah, I didn't have therapy this week. So that's part of it. That is part of it.
You're welcome for my unlicensed.
Thank you so much. I need it. Because I swear to God, if I don't, man, I can feel it, dude. Towards the end of the week, I'm just like, man, I need to, I just feel it, man. I feel like I
every other week, once a month.
I do every week, dude, for an hour and a half. We had to
good.
Yeah, we're taking it down now. It's going to be because she found out. It's so funny.
She's not getting paid for that half
exactly. hour. So she found out about.
Dude, when you told me how much you were paying for that, I was like, wow.
Yeah. She's like, so I found out, and it's like, wait a second, you're getting paid by the fucking minute? What is this? Are you licensed? Or am I speaking to somebody who does another job? You know what I mean? Paid by the minute, because she's very cool and very different, and that's something I do appreciate. And I think that they do a really good job of pairing you with somebody who you should be fucking talking to. It's some better help. It's not just some random person. They really try to do their best to pair you up with somebody who's geared to talking to you, and she really is geared to talking to me. And so we'll work it out. We'll figure it out. She's not sure if she's gonna stay, but for now she is. If she ends up going somewhere else, and then my insurance kicks in anyway, I'll be able to still talk to her, but also go through my insurance, which would be even better.
Yeah.
Because some people don't like that. It is kind of expensive, but it's worth it. I mean, basically the self-medicating that I was doing, I'm just now getting actual help instead. So that money is going somewhere. It was going somewhere else, but now it's going to a little bit more positive.
Still stay within budget. And do something good.
Yeah.
And so it's more of an investment. This way.
Exactly. I'm not wasting my money anymore. But yes, Hacks is really, really great. I think that this last few episodes has really, it took it even, I was enjoying it, but then it got even better. Every episode, it seems to get better and better and better. And I'm excited to see where it goes.
Sarah started watching it with me.
Yeah.
It's freaking great.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of stuff I like about it, but I think the acting's really good.
She's been
Deborah Jr.
Yeah, that was funny as shit. I mean, love her, Sweet D, and
Always Sunny.
I love her and she plays another role in this, which is kind of like it's similar but not. You know what I mean? And yeah, like those
It's
little
perfect.
little
Caitlin
Easter-
Olsen is amazing. What was his name? It took me forever to figure out. I was like, I know who that is. I know who that is. Her fiance.
Oh yeah, that's the Irish dragon, Paul Felder.
Paul Felder. I could not. It took me forever to figure out who it was because I think the last time I saw him, he just had a beard or a mustache.
Mm-hmm.
And so Paul Felder makes an.
But I saw an article
almost
about,
a cameo.
Yeah.
He's an actor. He's been in acting and stuff.
I was gonna say I saw this. I guess it was an article about Jean Smart and how she's like taken over HBO. You know what I mean? Like she's like the queen of HBO right now. Because before this, she was in.
She's in Mare of Easttown right now too.
Oh, she's in that as well.
Yeah,
and she was in Watchmen.
Mm-hmm.
She played.
She does a voice on Big Mouth.
Okay. But even before that too, she crushed it in Legion.
Dirty John, Legion.
Yeah,
so she's great in Legion. She's dope, dude.
Yeah, she's been on a tear.
Fargo. She was in Fargo.
Yes.
What else was she in?
Veep.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, basically, she's like the go-to for HBO. I mean, it's good because she's awesome. I think she's fantastic.
And then Hannah Inbinder plays the young comedian.
Never seen anybody. I don't think I've ever seen her in anything.
I'm trying to find out what she's been in.
North Hollywood and How to Be Broke.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Which I have not seen.
I Might Be Famous.
She played. It was a short film. So she's been like an extra, and now she's
crushing it.
She's second call on an HBO series that's very, very good.
Yes, and my friend from TikTok, I'm sorry, not TikTok, Twitter. That's where I first started seeing her. The one that plays the ditzy secretary. She does this really funny bit on Twitter where she's just like, I don't know, she does these really bad impressions and like stuff like that. She's just a weird comedic actress. But she's funny as hell and she's on it. Good stuff.
So the creator of this show is Lucia Agnello. Basically, she's Broad City graduate. And Rough Night, which I don't know if you've ever seen Rough Night.
No.
It has some of the people from Broad City in it. But yeah, dude, she is a writer mostly, but now she's a producer. She is executive producer for the Babysitters Club TV series, which is crazy.
Wow.
She is the executive producer for Aquafina, Nora from Queens.
Okay.
She worked on the other two, which is that Comedy Central show that I've been talking about a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Really funny.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, Broad City, which is fucking phenomenal. And the guy who plays the agent is from Broad City as well.
Yeah. And dude, I really like that show. I really like Hacks.
HBO's been bringing it too, man. I mean,
I don't know about that. This is the only show this year that I've been like, this show is.
I liked a lot of their documentaries though. Like I'm into all that stuff. So like they had, because this year they also had the Patton Oswalt one about his wife who was searching.
Oh, I still haven't watched that. Yeah,
really, really good. And there's been a couple other ones. I watched. It was like I guess it was a short film, if you want to call it that. I don't know. It was the one about the last cruise before they.
That got stuck. They could not disembark.
I wanted more. You know, like it was kind of short, but it was still really good.
2021. This has been the only thing that's come out in 2021 from HBO that I've just been like, all about on the Snyder Cut. But as far as series go, I want more Barry. I want another season. I want those I want new season
Yes.
of Barry.
Yes.
Real bad.
Absolutely.
What's the one about the rich family? The dad's like
Succession.
yes.
Good shit.
I want more of that. That show is awesome.
So good.
But quarantine wise, 2020 was good
Yeah.
from HBO. The new stuff they came out with when they launched.
Mm-hmm.
The Wolves show, and
Yeah.
you liked that Lovecraft
Yeah.
Country.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then they even back it up to Watchmen.
Yeah, Watchmen was great too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the new thing that came out, the Josh Whedon show, don't understand the episode release that HBO is doing with Hacks. The Nevers had six episodes, and then they called it season finale part 1, and it is a cliffhanger mid-season finale.
Yeah.
And it got real weird. Did I talk about that?
No.
The show is wild, man. It's a science fiction show. Kind of, it's like Downton Abbey meets X-Men kind of vibe. You don't get any real answers, and then all of a sudden, the mid-season cliffhanger is bonkers, off the wall, out of left field. Twist? I did not know I was watching the same show. I had to check. Like, I watched 2 minutes of it, and I was like, I must have put on the wrong show.
Really?
Yeah. That's how big of a twist it is.
Whoa.
And it was okay up until then. I thought, it was all right. It was better than the other show, also set in like Sherlock Holmes days.
Yeah, it got canceled.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
also Jupiter Ascending got canceled.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That it had a significant ending. Like, that story is good. I'm good with that. I don't know if this Josh Whedon show is coming back. It has its own podcast.
Really?
I think HBO produces it too. They definitely promote it on the app.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I think that the movie thing, streaming movies that are coming out, I think is a big part of it too. Is like, it's interesting. I know you're not a big Conjuring fan, but that's out on HBO. I heard the Denzel movie was really good with him and Jared Leto. I think Troy talked a little bit about that before on previous episodes.
Yeah, and the other thing is Netflix is coming out with a new movie.
Yeah.
Every week for the rest of the year, at least one. But when you look at their release, it's like, here's 7 new shows, here's 3 new movies, like every week.
Yeah. I was just on there trying to figure out what I was watching. I haven't seen the new Master of None yet. I do like that. I want to try to give it a shot, at least. So we'll
yeah, it looked interesting. I watched the preview for it. It's mostly him directing.
Mm-hmm. Did you watch the Mitchells versus the Machines?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it looks good.
So good.
I'm gonna go back and watch that.
Yeah, very good. Cast is great. Voice cast is awesome. It was good. Kids watched it 2 times in a row. The young boys did. We watched it all as like family movie night, and then the next morning they were watching it again. So
there's a lot of really good old school flicks on here too. You got Chinatown, Election, Outlaw Josie Wales, Dances with the Wolves, $1 Million Baby.
On HBO Max? Yeah.
No, this is on Netflix. Yeah. A lot of good ones.
I watched the Mr. Rogers documentary a while back.
So good.
Yeah.
So
it's just like, man,
And then the movie version too, which was really good, where Tom Hanks played him.
Yeah, it
That
was.
great.
Have you watched Mayor of Easttown?
I have not yet. Is it good?
I don't know. I was
Alright, I need
kind
to
of hoping
watch it.
you could
I
give
like
me
him-
some sort of recommendation on it.
I need to get into it. I love detective stories, and who done it kind of situation. And it's Kate Winslet. She's a badass. So I'm gonna have to check that out.
Another thing that came up last week was a clip from Nathan For You. Kind of like went re-viral on Instagram, which is weird.
Oh yeah, that is weird. You sent that to me, and I saw it everywhere after that.
Yeah, and so I sent it to a couple people, and they were like, "What is this? I have to watch this." And if you're not familiar with Nathan Fielder or the show Nathan For You, and you like deadpan humor and just like someone that wants to play it straight so bad, but everything, and he knows that every single thing he is doing is cringe, awkward. Sarah won't watch it with me. She gets too anxious about it because it's so awkward. And he is straight faced the entire time. I mean, he's the level that he does it is like he's doing Borat stuff as himself. Like he's doing Borat level reality TV.
Yeah.
It's kind of I can't explain it. He's doing a character, but he's doing like himself.
Yeah.
And it's so freaking good. There's 3 seasons of it. The last season is on a deeper level. Like it's just so good.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out. I love it. I love what you shared with me. For sure, gonna check that out. Also, guys, we had an episode of Damn That's Good with Big Slim's Barbecue come out this week. Their nephew, who's just turned 17 years old, went with him on their last competition, got his first call, got 8th place for chicken. So that's awesome. Good for him.
Nice.
And we'll be back soon. We'll be back next week with our 50th episode. Holy crap.
I'm not going to be here.
Not going to be here.
Yeah.
You're going to
be in Idaho.
You're going to be in Idaho.
Where I'll have internet and a microphone and headphones.
Maybe we'll just take a break. We'll take a week off. Because you have to be there. You got to be there. Yeah. That we'll plan it. Gives us some time to plan it.
I'm working one there too.
Yeah.
So we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Want to do a week off?
Maybe we will. We'll talk about it. We don't know yet. But yeah. Either way, episode 50 will be coming soon. And it'll be fun.
Go watch Nathan For You.
Absolutely.
Go watch Hacks.
Yes.
And then go watch Nathan For You.
Yes.
They're different. You're going to hate, if you like one, you'll probably hate the other one. I love them both.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen it? Okay, so let's talk. I want to talk about it a little bit more.
Okay.
Do you remember Dumb Starbucks?
You were telling me about this bit.
Okay, so this like blew up while he was making it. It went viral, like outside like in real life. It went viral.
Yeah. There's like a news stories and stuff.
Yes, and that was in season 2.
Okay.
And it's if you want like like why Dumb Starbucks was, and it did, and like stuff just happened to him, and so he just like starts like, he stays in character while he's on, Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, he's on Jimmy Kimmel, still in his deadpan character. Dude, it's so good.
Yeah.
And the last season, I'm sorry, there's 4 seasons. The last season is crazy. He's a Canadian guy. Him and Seth Rogen are kind of friends. He went to college to do business school. Like he's
Really?
like, okay, yeah. He's like, he's super funny,
Yeah.
super smart, but he wanted to have a fallback, and he takes his fallback and turns it into the Nathan For You thing, and it's awesome.
Hell yeah.
It's so good, man. I don't want to spoil it, but there's some ridiculous stuff that goes on. And Dumb Starbucks is the one that everyone's probably heard something about. Man, it's so good. I think I'm gonna go rewatch it tonight.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna have to check that out. I think I'm gonna watch The Conjuring tonight. So I will tell you all about it.
The Conjuring, huh?
The Conjuring 2.
Oh, do you think I would have to see the first one?
I don't know. It's not 2. It's like, I don't know what it is. It's a bunch
Conjuring.
of. It's like
I'd have to
4,
watch.
maybe.
Did you think I'd have to watch 1, 2, and 3 to get Conjuring, whatever this one is?
This is their universe, so it's like the Marvel universe. So you got to watch everything. It's not only The Conjuring. It's all the Annabelles. It's
that's not a good universe. I could
go
go and watch Doctor Strange and not
because it's
and
based in
enjoy
reality
it just on its
though.
own.
That's the thing that's cool. Those people literally exist. It's a
In
man.
The Conjuring?
Yeah, it's a guy and his wife, and they are paranormal investigators, and they are like they've worked with churches, like they do a lot of paranormal investigating. They've done
So nothing real.
I mean, I don't know. Do you not believe in exorcisms?
You said churches.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you, but yeah.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing that out there for fun.
They're real ass people. They've been on talk shows, to talk about stuff like, and
their movies.
Their movies are based upon their real interactions and investigations. Okay. And this goes back to the 70s. It's like from the early 70s into the 80s.
Do you think that the movie they like we experienced all this stuff? We never caught any of it on film, so we'll make a movie about it. And then they're like, wouldn't it be cool if this had happened to us instead? And now you have this like blown up thing. So nothing.
No, because they have they do have footage and they do have all kinds of stuff. And then they're just really good about marketing, and they're good about selling stuff. Like you can basically buy subscriptions. It's like they're you know what I mean? Like it's subscription based info. Like you can buy their stuff. They have their own. They were early in on that stuff, and they have their own you can go part of their Patreon.
Repellent.
No. But you can be a part of their Patreon, and they'll give you they'll show you the footage. They'll show you the footage.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then they have a museum in their house with all of the demonic, things that they found along their way. Annabelle, in particular, is in there.
I hate everything you're talking about. Nothing of it I like.
Yeah.
I'm glad you have a hobby though. I mean, like an interest outside of Marvel films.
It's true.
I don't.
Yeah, I do. I like to be scared. A little bit.
Loki premieres Friday.
That is something I forgot to talk about, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it on our 50th episode.
That's right. But thank you, bro.
Hey, what's the song you're playing at the end of the show?
The M80 song.
M83?
It's been playing this whole time.
Good one. I hope you all enjoyed listening to it.
Yeah, it's a good song. Well, thank you so much again, man, for talking me through that and being there for me always. And thank you guys for downloading our show and letting us share ourselves and the stuff that we are into and let us talk about it. So appreciate y'all.
This is going to be a weird episode, dude.
It is. And I'm okay with it, though.
All right.
It's all good. It's all good. They can't all be great. That's the thing. It's real. It's organic. It's all good. Some people will love it. Some people will hate it. That's fine.
Can I redo the intro?
Sure.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.